yoga instructor, supple and sweet with impeccable form. You tell yourself that you could have fucked her, but you were too busy with internet porn. Lovely Elaine offered care and affection. You might have been the one she adored. Took you forever to get an erection, and when you looked up she was out of the door. Don't despair, sweet child. Your midnight queen's gonna make everything alright. You may do the walk of shame come morning light, but your midnight queen's gonna hold you tight, and he promised it's just one last time. Jose Luis was a fella from Grindr, 'cause desperate times call for desperate needs. He only served as a painful reminder that you weren't designed for that kind of misdeed. Amelia kept you deep in the friend zone, pills and persuasion that earned you a date. But you know what happened with too many benzos? Offended and ended, you just masturbate. Don't despair, sweet child. Your midnight queen's gonna make everything alright. You may do the walk of shame come morning light, but your midnight queen's gonna hold you tight, and you promise it's just one last time. So when you're done bad and feeling dejected, all dressed up and sexed up with nowhere to go, there's always one name in your long list of exes that you can depend on and never say no. Everyone needs someone to rely on, a lover who cares when you're broken and small. One day you'll find the shoulder to cry on. Till that day comes, you know who to call. Don't despair, sweet child. Your midnight queen's gonna make everything alright. You may do the walk of shame come morning light,
Okay. So, welcome everyone to the Champions Division here on Monday night. So, this is the schedule for IUF1. So, you got Monday's Champions Division, 6 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday, which is tomorrow, we have the realistic tier. Wednesday, we got tier 1, so the top of the leagues. And then Thursday, we have tier 2. All at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, except for Champions Division, which we will start at normally 6 p.m. And if you'd like to support us, you could always go check out the merchandise that is also available. Alright, so today, not much drivers. I think it's more than normally. I'm usually a driver, but Great Ace was not feeling well today. So unfortunately he had to back out, and I took his spot as a commentator for tonight, and hopefully just for tonight, because I want to race. So we have Dante, Harv, Lord Vader, Wiccan, MFG, Nafel, hope I'm saying that right, Erratic, Sailor, Hamilton, Nico, KBT, and then, oh my, that's a hard name, Papustel, I guess. Erratic is already retired, and Harv as well. As we can say in this league, reserve drivers cannot qualify for the race. So that's the only reason they're retiring very early. You got your driver standings at the bottom there. Unfortunately, I do have a problem here with a little bit of delay with my voice and the game, and I cannot fix it. Hopefully it fixes itself, and that's what I hope. Alright, let's stay here with Sailor, the first one out, the first one who will set a lap. And into the barrier he goes. I don't think Sailor is gonna set a lap anymore. So, who's it? Hopefully he pits. He wants a wing for this track. Sorry, wait. Nikov is the first one out. It was not Sailor, so Nikov is out. I already used all of his battery in Sector 1, Sector 2. He does have a lot. I gotta... Okay. I did not know the turns here either, so I will have to pull them out. So great time in here for Nico. He will finish his first flying lap. And I'm trying to do two things. I want a 106.116, and he will provisionally pull. I think a lot of drivers can go faster than that, so we'll see what he will be able to do. Next one across the line is Wiccan, or is it? Yes, it is. Hopefully. Yes, it is. I had to double check. So, finishing Sector 2 right now. He is purple second, coming out of turn 8. Coming to the last two corners, turn 9 and turn 10. These are mostly flat. Especially turn 9 is mostly flat. Turn 10 you just have to downshift and you'll be fine. Now 104.9 for Wiccan goes fastest for now, and the next one across the line is Hamilton, and he goes faster than Wiccan with the 104.591. Across the line comes the Mercedes driver, goes fourth with the 107.5, and then you got the Haas driver with a 106.1. He started another lap, I believe. Yeah, he started another lap. before we do that, we come here with Neifel out of the final corner. Only 10 corners in the Austrian, in the Red Bull ring, and he comes out with a 105.654. Then MFG next up to the line using all of his ERS he can. Goes to P3 to 105.616. Then we have the... Is he doing another lap? No, he is not. KBT is still at the back. Sailor is still in the pits. Lord Vader is still on out lap. So we're going to go back to Nico here. Who has used all of his ERS. A really short circuit here. Only for 4.318 kilometers. For... no, he pits. He decides to not finish the lap and he pits. Mercedes driver is going to start another lap. We will not stay with him, unfortunately. We will go to Lord Vader. So, let's stay with Lord Vader for the whole turn, even though KBT is ahead of him. So, Lord Vader to a really high braking zone. Turn 3. Up to the gears. 4th, 5th. DRS open. Use a little bit of ERS to get that straight line speed. Into 4th gear. He has to downshift into 4th or 3rd to get more revs out of the... in the acceleration. 5th turn, so this is turn 6 right now. Finishing the 2nd sector. Someone is getting out of the way, that's why you got yellow flags. Fast sector 2 for Lord Vader. So turn 7, turn 8 done beautifully. Coming up to turn 9, just a little bit of a lift and a downshift. He lifts too much in my opinion, but we'll see what his time will be. Turn 10, double shifts down, up in the revs, up in the gears, up to the line. It's only going to be a 105.785 for Lord Vader. KBT does a 107.688. Mercedes driver going to improve his time, not his position. And he has Wicken, who's starting a lap, I want to say. I'm not sure. And then got a Red Bull driver up to the line, used everything he has, ERS, DRS, up to the line. He will not improve his time nor his position. KBT, or not KBT, it is KBT. KBT up to the line. He improves his time by 1.9 seconds, go up to P5 with a 105.741. I cannot read numbers, apparently. Let's look at something else. Alright, someone else up to the line. That's gonna be Lord Vader starting in another lap. I'll go up to Wicken, who goes really wide and invalidates in the last corner, and he got the Mercedes driver. Nope. He is not on the lap. Who's on the lap? It's really hard to figure out who's on the lap here, guys. You got Neifel on the lap. Turn 9, turn 10. No, he pits. Never mind. KBT, is he? Are you on? Nope. Alright, the next one is the McLaren driver, the second McLaren driver, Lord Vader on another lap. He has old softs. I doubt he's gonna improve on his time with those old softs, but we will see. He is faster by a second on his own time. He has just put in fastest second sector. He got yellow flags in the first sector. That is just a car getting out of the way of Nico. So turn 10, up to the line, DRS, ERS all the way, and he will improve by 6/10, and he will go in third in front of his teammate with a 105.114. The Merc driver up to the line. I don't think that's going to be an improvement, or it is. It is. Improves his time, not his position. Then you got Nico starting the lap. Merc driver does a 106.912. Okay, so he used all of his ERS, so let's see what he's gonna have for the rest of it. So coming up now to turn number 4, down to third gear. He goes down to second gear. That is very brave. He will get a little. His back end will like not have much momentum to stay on track, but he does go into second gear. He is improving by 5/10 Nico. So we'll see. Coming up to turn number 9, the really fast right-hander. There's a lot of drivers. Some driver do brakes, some driver do lifts, some driver just keep on the front and just downshifts. Up to the line, improves by 4/10, goes 5th for now, 105.616. And Lord Vader's another lap, so we will stay with him because he's the only guy on the lap right now. I really hope he puts in some new tires. Here in the IUF1 division, you are not allowed to use the hard compound of tires, so it will be very interesting to see what people's strategy will be. It could be a 1-stop, it could be a 2-stop. A soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, soft. You're not allowed to use the hard compound of tires, so your knowledge of this track and your tire saving, tire management will be crucial around this track and in the league. Obviously, season 10, no hard tires, puts a spanner into the works, and in my opinion, it's way more fun. MFG goes wide a little bit out the track, and he doesn't invalidate his lap, so he will back off and try and go for another lap if he has enough fuel. You got Nico, who started a lap. KBT also started a lap, so I will stay with KBT here. KBT has not started a lap, or has he? No, KBT has not started a lap, so we will stay with Nico once more. Coming up to turn number 4. Nico backs out. I think he does back out. Yes, he does back out. Okay, let's stay here with NFL. Coming up to turn number 4, where Nico was a couple of seconds ago. Pole position right now, provisional pole position goes to Hamilton for now with a 104.591. Yellow flags in sector 2. That's gonna be MFG trying to get out of the way of people coming on a fast lap, which we have now. Nafil uses all of his ERS in the first and second sector. He will have some to use in this last part of the third sector. Goes so wide, and he does not invalidate because I think he'll lift it. He will not improve his time nor his position. KBT should be on the lap right now. Yes, we will stay with KBT. Coming up to turn 4, a high braking zone, which he nails. He does have a little bit of a wiggle on the back end because he did go to gear. He downshifted to gear number 2, which I don't think that's ideal for that corner, but I'm just a commentator for today, not a driver. So I'll let the drivers do their thing and see what they can deliver. Alright, up to the final corner comes KBT, up to the line, DRS, all in one. Does not improve his time nor his position. What about Nico, who's 5th? He invalidates and goes into the pits. Recharging, MFG should be on the lap. He invalidates as well, and Lord Vader is not on the lap. KBT just finished the lap. So we have no one on the lap. He's on medium. I did not see his first turn. I'm gonna stay with Nafil. While Nafil, you guys are watching Nafil do a lap. So, how many laps is this track? 71 for a normal race line. We are only doing 50%, so it's going to be 36 laps around the Red Bull Ring Austrian Grand Prix. Got some fast drivers here tonight, so hopefully we will get some entertainment. Sailor is getting some good luck here in the chat, Twitch chat. So, thank you everyone for your support. And let's finish the lap first with Nifl. He's gonna come up to the last corner, up to the line. DRS, is he improving? He does improve by 1/10. Improves his time in his position. Goes fourth, fastest for now. Lord Vader, up to the line and goes fastest. Not by much, but for now he does hold the provisional pole position with a 104.529 for Lord Vader, the first McLaren. The second McLaren up to the line right now, out of the final corner. ERS open and up to the line. He improves his time and his position. He goes with a 105.198. So P1 and P4 for both McLarens for now. Is anyone on lap? No, not for now. I want to stay. I'll stay with Nikov for a whole lap. Nope, sorry. I'm gonna stay with the Mercedes driver here. He has improved almost 6/10 in the first sector. So, okay, I'm not sure anymore. Just want to check the championship standings for now. So, your current championship leader right now is Nafil with 204, and right behind him is Dante, who has retired because he is a reserve, with 1 point behind him with 203 points, and then you got a huge gap, 80 points from P3 to P2, which is Lord Vader. Has 121 points. Mercedes up to the line. DRS all the way up to the line. Improves his time, not his position though. That is interesting. I think Nikov is the next one up the line. Yes. Nikov followed by KBT, who's in an outlap. And Nico invalidates, unfortunately. That is his session done. KBT right behind him. He wants to get out of the way. And Nafil session done, as well as MFG. We can still an outlap. I think he still has time. Yeah, he still has time to put in another lap. Trying to find someone on a lap. Nico on a lap. KBT on a lap. Gets a little bit of slipstream here from the Haas driver. A little bit of a help. Will he get out of the wheel where he... oh, it's Nico on another lap. Nico's on medium. He is on another lap. This is going to be very interesting. He might block the Aston Martin driver with more ERS, more power, fresher tires. No. Nico get out of the way. KBT 7/10 improvement. He is doing very well out there for now. Will he get the lap together and finish this lap and go up the standings, or he could invalidate in this last corner? Goes all the way up to the line, and a 104.698. He is P3 at the moment. We have here the contender for pole position on a lap right now. Gets a really big snap on the back end there of that Williams car. He is not up. He is not improving on this time right now. Can he find at least 3/10 in this final two corners? Turn 9, turn 10, DRS, and he invalidates. He invalidates out of turn 10. He does not improve either way. And now we got Wicked on the fastest second sector for now. 6/10 up on his original time. Turn 9, flat out. Turn 10 all the way up to the line now. DRS. And goes pole position for the race. As the Mercedes have anything, has to say no. So Wicken pole position with a clear time. Yes, a lot of time. So this is your top 13, or your starting 13 for the race. You got Wicken P1 Lord Vader P2, Hamilton P3, KBT P4, MFG 5th, Nofil 6th, Nico 7th, Papustel 8th, Dante 9th, Harv 10th, Rocket 11th, Erratic 12th, and then Sailor you got 13th. 9 to 13 did not have. So Wicken was not supposed to qualify because he's a reserve driver. I would say Wicken drops to the back when the start, but we'll see. Anyways, we have a 5-minute break. We'll be back in 5 minutes after the short break and for the race.
Was a yoga instructor, supple and sweet with impeccable form. You tell yourself that you could have fucked her, but you were too busy with internet porn. Lovely Elaine offered care and affection. You might have been the one she adored. Took you forever to get an erection. She was out of the door. Don't despair, sweet child. Your midnight queen's gonna make everything alright. You may do the walk of shame. Was a fella from Grindr, 'cause desperate times call for desperate needs. He only served as a painful reminder that you weren't designed for that kind of misdeed. Amelia kept you deep in the friend zone. Pills and persuasion that earned you a date. But you know what happened with too many benzos. And ended, you just masturbate. Don't despair, sweet child. Your midnight queen's gonna make everything alright. You made you the walk of shame come morning light. But your midnight queen's gonna hold you tight. And you promise it's just one last time. So when you're done bad and feeling dejected, all dressed up and sexed up with nowhere to go,
son named Noah. I think he about to blow up. Matter of fact, when he go to school, he eat some yogurt.
I was playing soccer. I ran to get the ball in the woods.
Unfortunately, there was a live
Okay, let's press on the wrong button there. Anyways, we are back. Back and getting this race underway in any moment now. Clear skies ahead of us. I'm not sure if we have any rain. Any rain scheduled for now, so we'll have to wait and see. I thought it was 30-second time. There we go. Let's go. Okay. 3, 4, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Wicked gets a good start. Wicked is not allowed to qualify, so he will have to drop at the back. Lord Vader is at the current P1. Yeah, there you go. Wicked drops at the back of the field. He was not allowed to qualify. He got a little bit excited and he forgot. Alright, all clean, all good, all legal, and to the race we go. Okay, so let's get some. No, I want tires, I want tires, I want tires. So let's get some, just a little bit of information here. Hamilton on softs, Lord Vader on mediums, Nathan on mediums, KBT on mediums, Nico on softs, MFG on mediums, Harvard mediums, and everyone else I can see on the screen for now. You can see your constructor and your drivers championship standings at the bottom of your screen there. Back to the race. So most times it is gonna be someone is out erratic, disqualified from the session, going the wrong way. So one driver already out. Normally would be a one stop, stop to medium, or sorry, medium to hards, but hard tires are not allowed in this league, so people will have to do what they have. You got KBT there or Nico going for a move. Nico trying to go up to P4. He does have it for now, so let's see. He's using all of his ERS and he does have P4 to the corner. Will he try and hold the KBT? Goes for a really late lunge. He will try and challenge Nico, even though Nico's in the softer compound of tire. They will go side by side into, what turn is that? They will go side by side. It's turn number 6 and KBT comes out ahead of the Haas driver. Out of turn 8. So our top 5 is Hamilton, Lord Vader, Dodds, Renefil, and KBT and Nico are our top 5. And there goes Lord Vader one more time, goes to the inside. No, he switches to the outside and out of turn 1. Long DRS zone there for Lord Vader. He will get the chance and he will get the overtake down. That is the wrong button. And Hamilton is looking at the rear of that McLaren right there. We have a lot of overtaking opportunities in this track. You just got to stay in the DRS. Will Hamilton try and go for it again? Challenge him? No, he will not, and he will stick behind for now. KBT, Nikov dropped to P7, unfortunately for him. He is on the softer compound of tires than everyone else. Harv try and go for an outrageous move on KBT. He will sit behind for this one and go for another 33 laps. And he is sprinting right now. Will he try and go for it? No, he is gonna lift for now after turn 9, turn 10. People will start getting penalties soon if they keep getting across that white line. So here you got Nayfield and no man's land. Lewis Hamilton, sorry. Hamilton already with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warning. We're already on lap 4 and here goes Harv on KBT trying to go for the overtake into turn number 3. Heartbreaking zone. Will KBT No, KBT will not challenge that, and you got Sailor, who I think spun on turn 1. Well, okay, and we have a really big fight here for P... 8? 7? No, I want to say 7. A really big fight here for P7. Nico, down to P10. Does he have any damage? That's my question. No wing damage, no visual wing damage, so for now he should be doing just fine. Still a big fight here for P number 7, who's Wiccan is the lead of this train, who qualified for position, but he had to back out of it because he was not allowed to qualify because of the reserve rule. All reserve drivers are not allowed to qualify in this league, so I had to drop out. And here goes Harv on Neve. No, Phil, Neve. I cannot say your name, mate. I keep butchering your name every time. Up to turn 3, and Harv gets by the Red Bull driver up to P3. Will he try and challenge it? I would not think so. A little bit of a faster drive there. You got Dante, who passed Rocket for P8. Dante did win last week's race in Miami for Champions Division when he started 10th. Really good drive for him last week, so we'll see if he can deliver the same this week in the Austrian Grand Prix, the Red Bull Ring. Up to the front a little bit. So we have this big fight for P3 here, and Harv is the leader of the train. And then we got a fight for the leaders. We got yellow flags in the third sector, and there's going to be a virtual safety car. Hamilton will stay behind, and that is going to be the Merc driver who spun out into the wall. He lost a wing, I want to say. I'm not sure. I would like a different camera angle from this sailing off into the distance. Yeah, lost all his wing. So, Sailor pits. Let's see this pit stop from the kick Sauber, guys. Getting out those medium tires, and he goes into the hards. You are not allowed to pick the hard compound of tires in this league race. What is Sailor doing? The rules are stated, and before every single race, no hard compound of tires allowed for this race, but he does so anyways. We'll talk about that after. It can be a disqualification. The stewards will deal with that. For today, I'm just a commentator. Nico gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warning for exceeding track limits. And while Hamilton try and go for the overtake, because Harv is right at the back of him, and it's raining. Did I see a little bit of rain there on the track? Hamilton gets by to first position. The Lord Vader will try and defend from Harv, who's in third, and he was trying to go for the overtake with DRS and ERS. Lord Vader also has DRS, and it's raining. It is raining. It goes really wide, a little bit wide for Lord Vader. Harv goes up to P2. Makes this position done. Will it rain hard enough for people to start pitting right now, or will it have to wait and see? This has thrown a spanner into the strategy. It's a spanner into the race, in fact. This is really interesting now. I thought it was clear. I thought wrong, I'll say. Hamilton with another 3-second time penalty. A 6-second time penalty for Hamilton for exceeding track limits. For the second time, Harv will go for the overtake up into turn 1. He does with the help of DRS and ERS. He will not have DRS up into turn 2 and 3 here. Nico gets by Rocket Pits. Rocket Pits, I don't wanna. We'll see what tire he goes to. Goes to another set of mediums. You can hear overtaking drivers right, left, and center. Overtakes Dante for P7, and Dante will come back at him right here into turn number 4. He will go down the inside. Will he leave any space for that V-carb? He will. So fight going on here. Both have medium compound tires. Dante, you can see a little bit of a wiggle at the back end there. The track is starting to get slower and slower and slippery and slippery. The more slippery it gets, the more, the less control you have of the car. And there you go, Wickham goes really wide there. You can see the grip getting worse and worse. And now, Lord Vader will try and go for the air to kill Hamilton. Hamilton has to lift out to not get a warning or any other sort of penalties. Dots up to P2 and he got his the other Dots, I think they're in the same league. Neifel up to P3. Hamilton drops 2 positions in the matter of 1 turn and 1 straight. Drops 4 positions in the matter of 1 lap. Hamilton is not having a good time with those softs that have been fine for now. The softs will not last for any longer. And he also has a 6-second time penalty, which can be removed if he gives his 2 words or the FIA enough evidence that he did not exceed track limits. But it's really hard to get those to get removed. So here, KBT overtakes Hamilton. They are going side by side. However, 3-second time penalty for multiple warning exceeded target limits into the pits. KBT, Hamilton, and MFG comes. I think they will go into the inters. It's an intermediate condition. Safety car is out. I did not realize that safety car is out. Harv. 3-second time penalty. Everyone goes into the tires. Everyone pits for the inters. And Harv, fortunately for him, was allowed to overtake the safety car. So he will have a chance to pit. So is Lord Vader and Neifel. It's a big chance, big opportunity for these drivers to pit one more time and go into the same compound of tires. Same compound of tires as the guys behind. Here you can see Harv slowing down, going very slowly. Of course, you have the safety car that'll tell you that you're not allowed to exceed during this safety car period. So this is gonna be interesting. So top 3 pits for the intermediate tires. It's getting very slippery here. No penalties, please. Keep it safe and clean. I said there are also pits for intermediate compound of tires, but well, you get disqualified now for doing that. For pitting for hard compound tires when the rule states that you're not allowed to go into the hard compound tires. No shuffling here for the top 3 for now, or the top 11. Got Harv, still P1, but with a 3-second time penalty. Lord Vader P2, Neifel in P3, KBT in P4, Hamilton in P5, MFG in P6, Dante in P7, Wicked in P8, Nico in P9, Rocket in P10, and Sailor in P11. Harv and Nico with a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits 3 times, and Hamilton with a 6-second time penalty for exceeding the track limit for 6 times. So every time you exceed the track limits, you get a warning. If you exceed it 3 times, you get a 3-second time penalty. So let's say every warning you get a second worth of penalties. But if you get 2 warnings and finish the race with only 2 warnings, don't get the 3rd, you will not get a penalty because you need 3. Once you exceed the track limits for 3 times during the span of the race. So 3 times during the whole 36 laps. If you do exceed it 3 times, you do get a 3-second time penalty, and so on. If you exceed them 3 times again, you get a 6 time. And if you exceed them again, you get a 9-second, and so on and so forth. Hamilton is not Safety car is not in this lap. We'll go out for one more lap, giving Rocket and Sailor the chance to catch up with the safety car. We need to have a brake screen here for the safety car because I am thirsty. Checking everything is running, checking if anything sounds good. I think it is. For now it does. So, I've talked about the championship leaders for the Drivers' Championship, but I haven't talked about the drivers or the constructors. No, I talked about the driver. I haven't talked about the constructors, and I am just looking at it right now. You can see at the bottom of the screen there is a hefty lead from the Red Bull to the P1 is Red Bull, and there's a hefty lead to McLaren in second place. Red Bull with 421 points, and McLaren with 229 points. Who are in P2, 192 points is the difference between P1 and P2, but only 15 points between P2 and P3 between McLaren, who's in P2, and Aston Martin, who's in P3. Safety car will not come in, and then we'll go out one more lap. More time to talk about random stuff. Ferrari in P4 with 189, 25 points from Aston Martin, who's in P3. And Williams right behind them as well. Honda P6, or sorry, Haas P6. Vicar P7. The American P8, Alpine and P9, and the Kicksauber and P10. A little bit like the relay. Not really. It's going to be an interesting circuit here. You have rain pouring here. This does not give me an advantage on tomorrow's race because I am racing with the sick league. Fortunately, it will not give me any advantages because I was like trying to spy on some of these. What do you call it? Spy on some of these strategies and see if it's a one-stop or a two-stop in the Austrian Grand Prix or the Red Bull Ring. But we did go to the wet straightaway. Safety car in this lap. Harv will lead us down the way here. Maybe 23 laps to go in these conditions. I don't know if it's gonna dry up again or it's just gonna stay raining for the rest of the lap. I have no information of the weather right now. Absolute no information. My screen went black. It's not good. Okay, I'm gonna TV, hello? Okay, we are back. I'm looking at the stream. The stream did not cut out. I think my TV turned off automatically, or no, someone tried to connect with the AirPlay. Harv is already going here. Turn 10 or turn 9, turn 10. No overtaking allowed until you cross the start finish straight. And here we go again. For the second time this race, we are under green flag running once more. Everyone is a little bit further away from each other. No overtaking being done. Dante overtake MFG. Same as Wicken. I think MFG knows Dante and Wicken are not his fight, and he does let them go into turn 3. That is a generous man doing that. Dante will try and go and overtake on KBT down to turn number 4. No. He will try and get a little bit closer, a little bit of a run up. Let's stay with Dante here to turn number 6 and 7. If I'm right, that was, yep, 6 and 7. Turn 7 right here, turn 8, slight right hander, slight right hand steering Turn 9 and turn 10 coming up. Turn 9 could be flat out. It is raining, so it's not flat out. Turn 10 right here. Staying right behind the Aston Martin driver, and Wicken will try and go and overtake on Dante into turn 1. Remember here, no DRS enabled again. So no DRS available. So you have to use your pure peace and pure energy to try and go for an overtake. Wicken does not overtake Dante. Or is anyone overtaking anyone? That is wrong on the screen. It says safety car. There's no safety car deployed at the moment on track. So that is wrong information given by this beautiful game. Let's stay with Harv a little bit here. P1 and P2. I was gonna say P3 will not have DRS on Lord Vader, but no need because DRS is not on. Someone, KBT, I think had a mistake. Drop to PA. I think. Not sure. If I'm wrong, KBT, I'm sorry. If I'm right, KBT, I'm not sorry. So KBT drops to PA, MFG, P7, Wicken P6, Dante P5, Hamilton P4, who's fighting with Nifel right now for P3. And then Lord Vader and Harv, P1 and P2, trying to run away with this one and make it a two-way battle. There's a big battle at the back, and here goes one of the Haas drivers. Nico will try and go for an overtake on KBT. We will stay with Nico for now. He has to use all of his ERS though, as well as KBT right ahead of him. MFG chilling, P7 chilling and killing time. 20 laps to go here in the Red Bull Ring of the Austrian Grand Prix. No sudden changes of the weather, still raining, so we will still stay in this intermediate condition. A 3-second time penalty for Dante for exceeding track limits 3 times. So those runners will reset now. He will get a 3-second time penalty. If he does that again 3 more times, he will get another 3-second time penalty. Hamilton overtakes Nifel on turn 1 of this 10-turn racetrack. We got Sailor Pitts. I think he will retire. There's a little bit of contact between P1 and P2 in turn 3, so that will invite back Hamilton and the rest of the field for this fight. Sailor Pitts retires. Rocket trying to overtake. Wicked overtakes Dante. No, they're still fighting very hard here. Dante and Wicken up to turn number 6. They will go side by side here between the two, and I think Dante will come out ahead. No, they're still fighting. The Red Bull, the senior Red Bull and the junior Red Bull are fighting for P5 here. Still side by side between the two. Let's go into cover view. See this side by side into turn 9, turn 10 here coming up, and Dante will go ahead and slams the door on Wicken and stays ahead of the V-Carb driver. Shows that seniority is everything here. And this F1 race, senior Red Bull stays ahead. Here goes Nifel and Hamilton one more time. Up into turn 3, or turn 2, sorry, you would say. This is turn 3. He has already made the move done and dusted behind him, and Hamilton will try and go for it again. Nifel with a lot of ERS left. No moves being done there. Harv and Lord Vader did swap positions, I believe. That was like a lap or 2 ago. Lord Vader P1, Harv P2, Nifel P3, Hamilton P4, and Dante P5, Wicken P6, MFG P7, KBT P8, Nico P9, and Rocket P10, and we only have 10 drivers running today. Here in the here in the IUF1 league, if you finish, I believe 90% of the race, you will get points no matter what. So if you finish 90% of the race, you will get, and you retire a DNF for driving to a wall, driving to someone else, you will get a point. Here goes Harv again on Lord Vader up into turn 2, turn 3 now. No, he gets it done, move done. He gets the move done and dusted before turn 3, and Harv into P1, and Lord Vader tucks in right behind him. Here goes Rocky again on Nico into turn 3, down the inside. He will try it. Well, who will get the most traction here? I think Nico gets the better traction out of turn 3, and here goes Wicked and Dante once more side by side into turn 4. Turn 5 here, turn 6 coming up, and Dante stays ahead. Wicked will try to go for the overtake. We have a really good camera, wing camera right here, showing the track and showing what Wicked is thinking about Dante. I think Wicked is a little bit faster than Dante here, and he has been trying to make this overtake since the start. He has failed every time. Here goes Rocket on Nico once more. We'll try to go down the inside, and that is an incredible move there from Rocket down the inside in turn 8 and turn 9, and gets the move done and dusted at the start finish line. What a move there by the Williams driver. Beautiful move. Here comes Nico once more. I'm looking at the fight for P9 into turn 3. Who's going to be the late on the brakes, and who's going to have the better traction off the line of turn number 3? And that is going to be Rocket, who stays ahead of the house driver. We will stay with him for now because nothing is going up on the ahead on the field. So we will stay with him right now. Alright. I think this move has been done. And he will try and do something else here. Nico, at least if he stays with the Rocket, he will get more chances in this race. Still raining, obviously. Have to make sure with the visor cam. People are fighting for P3 here. They feel under immense pressure here by the drivers behind of Hamilton, Dante, and Wicken. There we go, MFG and KBT. Ooh! A little bit of a moment there for Hamilton. It goes all the way from P4 down to P6. It gets a really big snap. The back end of that Williams car. And then we drop into 6th position. It does have a here. Oh, Rocket. Nico was trying to look there and turn 4 does not make the job done. So Wicken here giving pressure on Dante. Will he make that move? When he will go for the move, and when will he get that move done? Wicken obviously qualified first. He's not allowed to qualify because he is a reserve driver and had to drop at the back after the start of the race. Wicken gets a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits 3 times. So now he has the same time penalty as Dante, the guy ahead of him. Maybe not the same warnings, but the same penalties for now. Hamilton with a 6-second, obviously. Harvard 3-second, and Nico with 3-second. No action so far. Hamilton has dropped way off. Not sure if he has been damaged or not, but for now, yeah, it's dropped. And a little bit of moment there on Wicken trying to put the pressure on the Red Bull driver. It's a Red Bull 3 and 4 here. So is Dante gonna try and cover off his teammate and not let Wicken by? He's doing a really good job at defending that 4th place position for now. But it is gonna be, we still have 13 laps to go in this race. Will anyone make any pits? Will anyone make any stops? Sorry, everyone here doesn't want to stop. Some went from medium to endurance, some went from soft to endurance. For now, it's a one-stop strategy. 13 laps to go. And this is going to be very interesting. If we see other pits. I want to check. Penalties there for everyone. Rocker is the only one on a 2-stop KBT. Makes a move on MFG there for P7. Harv with a 9 position gain in this race. So that is very impressive from the Alpine driver there. I wanna... No, I don't think I can. First lap goes to Harv. We'll get a point for that. No, I cannot check. I cannot check. I wanted to check for tire wear. I wanted to check for tire wear, but I couldn't. Only time driver remain in this race for now. So let's see if anyone can make any moves here. Down is turn 3 or any stops. Dante, I think Dante is just covering his teammate here for now. Will he try and go for a move? He will try and go for a move. Into turn 4 down the inside. Dante is a really hard driver, so if he wants to make a move, he will make a move. He touches the grass a little bit, loses a little bit of traction. So No Phil keeps that spot under his wing. And here comes Wicked, trying to go for a move, but couldn't do so. So no moves being made here by the top 2 or anyone in the field. Rocket has dropped Nico a little bit. This is the closest battle we have so far here between Neufeld, Dante and Wicken. And here goes Dante once more up into turn 2. Will he get the move dusted before turn 3? No, he will not. Into turn 3. Side by side, down the inside, a little bit of touch there between the Red Bull drivers. We got the senior team versus the junior team, and Wicked gets a big snap there. We will stay here between the 5B3. Dante down the inside. Nifel tries to go store on his teammate there, and Nifel stays ahead of his teammate. Or sorry, no, Dante gets ahead. Dante gets ahead of Nayfield. He has one lap older tires than his teammate, and Wicken is out of the fight for now. I believe he can join up and bring Hamilton with him and make it even more exciting. He did get a big snap out of turn 3. That's why he lost so much time there, and he goes wide, and I think that is a warning there for the junior Red Bull car, or as they say, the V car, the Visa Cash. What is it? The Visa Cash Racing Bull. That's the name of that. That's the name of that car for this year's season. They've changed that name multiple times that I could not keep count. It went from Alfa Romeo, which I remember. I think it was something before that. Alfa Romeo to Alfa Tauri. No, it went from Toro Rosso to Alfa Romeo. Did it go to Alfa Tauri? I think so. Alfa Tauri into RB into V-Carb, which they are now. Maybe another change of name next season in the V-Carb. Wicken is losing that car. He has 16 lap old inters. Is this a sign of a change of tires? Puts in a new set of inters or another set of wets. Tries to bring the tow to Hamilton there. No moves being made here. Nathan gonna try and move on his teammate. The more these two fight, the more time they will lose and the more likely they will clash into each other. Nico with another 3-second time penalty, not having the best time of his life right now. And he pits. And I'm guessing into another set of inters. We'll stay here with the pit stop. Yes, indeed. He does pit into another set of the intermediate tires, trying to go for an undercut if anyone else is going to pit the rest of this race. Harv P1 with a 3-second time penalty, followed by Load Vader. Only 1 second is the difference, or 8 tenths now. Who does not have a penalty? He's in P2. Dante in P3 with a 3-second time penalty. Nathan in P4, which he does not have a penalty. And only 2 tenths behind his teammate driver going up into turn 1. Wicken right behind with a 3-second time penalty. So has Hamilton right behind Wicken, but he has a 6-second time penalty for the Williams driver. KBT P7, MFG P8, Rocket P9, and Nico P10. So here, we will see any moves going to be done between these two. These two drivers are the one. Are the one to watch for now. We got a little bit sleepy. Not saying it's a boring race. It is an interior race. I did not have enough sleep yesterday and I had school this morning. I had to wake up early. So I am getting a little bit tired. But the race is far from boring. 8 laps to go in this Austrian Grand Prix, the Red Bull Ring. 8 laps around the Red Bull Ring remains. The ones to watch right now are for P3 between Dante, Nathan, and Wicken. Hamilton could join that pack or that fight if he pushes just a little bit more, just gets a little bit more power out of that Williams. No fight between the top two. 6 tenths is the gap between P1 and P2. No fights being done or no moves being done. Nico is almost gonna be lapped there by these lead cars. The racing line is starting to show. It's still raining, but it's far from getting dry. Like I said, nothing going on. So I'm gonna stay with the fight for P3 for now between these three incredible fast drivers. So I think their Dots gets out of the racing line, tries to cool down his tires a little bit, goes into the wet patch to cool down his tires. He does that again, goes into that wet patch to cool down those tires there. I think they are overheating for him. And here goes Wicken down the inside on the Red Bull driver of Neifel, who will get the traction out of turn 3. ERS being used, and I'm gonna say for poor driver, yes, one is using the hot lap, the other one is using overtake, and Wicken gets the move done out of turn 4. And that is a beautiful move and a crucial move for the V-Carb. Now he'll try and chase down Dante to get an overtake. on the second Red Bull driver. It shows that the bigger cars are not always the scariest. The smaller cars can bring up a big fight, like we are seeing here this Austrian Grand Prix, and like we saw in real life in the Miami Grand Prix. Haas driver or Williams driver fighting with Ferrari. 2 penalties given out there. So Dots with a 3-second time penalty, and MFG with also with a 3-second time penalty. And Rocket is right at the back of MFG. So cannot afford to get any more warnings or any more penalties there for any of these drivers. Lord Vader, if he finishes like this without a penalty, and I hope it's not a commentator curse, if he finishes in P2, only 5 seconds is the difference between P1 and P2, he will finish P1. He will take the win out of that Alpine driver. But for now. Oh, Wicken gets a 3-second time penalty. Now if I'm right, that's a 6-second time penalty for him. Yes, it is. 3 seconds for Harv, none for Lord Vader, 3 seconds for Dante, 6 seconds for Wicken, 3 seconds for Neophil. It's a 9-second for Hamilton, 3 seconds for Energy, and a 9-second for Nico. So far, it's not looking great for them. And so far, this race has proved that the one stop is possible if you get the luck of going from slick tires to wet tires. The intermediates can make it far along way in this race. The only person who puts for new intermediates is the Haas driver Nico, who is getting lapped by the top 6 in this race, and we got 7, 8, 9, 10th. Yeah, 7, 8, 9. No, 7, 8, 9. Fighting for 7th. So far, we're gonna stay here with Wicken while he try and go for an overtake. The same he did to Nephil. I'm trying to go with an overtake on Dante. Nothing being used, nothing being attacked, nothing being passed. This moment, 3 laps to go for this Austrian Grand Prix, or Red Bull Wing, whatever you like to call it, whatever you prefer to call it. And interesting race here coming at the end of the pack. Alright, so the delta, or the interval between Dante and Wicken is going down, but the laps are ticking down. Harv with another 3-second time penalty. So now he has a 6-second time penalty. Oh, Wicken goes a little bit wide there on the final corner. Will he try and go for the overtake? No, at this instant right now into turn 1. Will he try to go for 1 into turn 3? He has a lot of years to use, but he gets a little bit of the snap at the back end there. Coming up to turn number 3 now. A lot of shuffling being made if they finish like this. People with a 6-second will drop down, people with 3-second will drop down, but the interval always makes a difference here. If you're within 3 seconds, congratulations. If you're not within 3 seconds, congratulations also. But still. 2 laps to go here, and Neefel overtakes Wicken. Wicken gets a little bit of a snap, a little bit of a oversteer, I would say. Snap of the back end. And loses 4th position to the 2nd Red Bull driver of Neefel. Well, Wicken try and reclaim that position back in turn 1. Well, this time he won't. What about turn 3 here? At the uphill long straight. The DRS would be open if the DRS was enabled. It was not raining, but the DRS is not enabled right now because it's raining. The DRS will never be enabled as long as it rains. F1 rules. I did not make the rules. F1 does. 1.5 lap here to go of the Austrian Grand Prix. And the lead is looking quite steady here for Harv. Excuse me, but it's looking way more comfortable for Lord Vader. And Wicken goes wide one more time, gets a little bit of a snap, and here comes Hamilton to make the overtake on Wicken, and he does. Wicken cannot keep those tires, and Wicken goes round. I think he has overheated those tires, and Wicken into the wall he goes. No safety car, no virtual can be deployed here this late, and he goes round, and I think he will have to do with 6th place if he keeps the 6-second gap to KBT, and that is not possible now. If the race finishes right now, Wicken will be dropped down to 7th place unless he can pull 9 tenths or second in this last lap. So final lap here. Harv dominated this lap, dominated this race in fact. First, made up 9 positions, and he will come out of turn 9, turn 10. Checker flag is out, checker flag is waving, and Harv wins the Austrian Grand Prix. He has dominated this race, but the penalties will not be in his favor, and Lord Vader wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Harv comes in 2nd, Dante comes in 3rd, Neefel comes in 4th, Hamilton comes in 5th. So now Wicken comes in. Oh, that's not Wicken. This Wicken comes in at 6th. He did make up that 2nd gap I was talking about. So KBT will finish 7th. Rocket right behind Energy 9th. And then Nico will finish 10th in this race. What a race. What a change of scenario from the start of the race. Safety car is coming out. And whether making a change, congratulations Lord Vader on winning the race. Came 2nd on track, won the race on penalties. Harv unfortunately came 1st on track and finished 2nd with penalties being applied. So Harv gains 29 points, and that's gonna be 29 points, obviously 28 for finishing in 2nd, and 1 extra point for finishing with the extra, or 1 extra point for finishing with the fastest lap of the race. This is your standings right here. Lord Vader 1st, Harv 2nd, Dante 3rd, Neefel 4th, Hamilton 6th, Hamilton 5th, Wicken 6th, KBT 7th, Rocket 8th, 9th for MFG, and 10th for Nico and Sailor, Papustel and Erratic, will not get any points because they have not finished 90% of the race, and that will be it for today. Well, thank you very much for joining us. for joining us. We will be live again tomorrow for the realistic tier. Let me pull up the schedule one more time. So the realistic tier will be down tomorrow on Tuesday. So the faster guys on the slower cars and the slower end of the league will be in the faster cars. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be live tomorrow, and this is it for me. Have a great day, and we'll catch you guys one more time tomorrow.